Stardom 101. Stardom 101. Stardom 101.
Stardom 101.
It's the Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast.
Shining light on today's tastemakers
and innovators.
Kicking with your host, Christopher Boykin.
It's the Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast.
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast, where we spotlight leaders, educators, and entrepreneurs making real impact in their communities. Today's guest is someone who dedicated her life work to financial literacy, equity, and empowerment. She holds a very decorative resume of over 20 years in finance, as a broker, banking, and auditor. She's also the advisory board member of Colorado Financial Educators Council. She also holds 2 master's degrees, one in public financial management and the other in public administration. She is also the creator of the Ultimate Financial Literacy Program. Shangra-La, welcome to the podcast, and how are you feeling today? And where are you joining us from?
Thank you for having me. I'm feeling great this evening. I help
Yes.
Colorado. Go Broncos. Fingers.
Okay. You're already starting. Here we go.
Right.
Broncos, what? No, go ahead. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right. So we got a great episode. A lot of impactful information we want to pull out of you. We want to really focus on core ingredients today in financial literacy, your background, Black business ownership, and we're going to tap on a little of youth and community wealth building as well, which is very critical, especially in the climate of today's economy. So before we begin, Shangra-La, let's tap off with some questions here. You have a long and impressive career in financing, in particularly banking, auditing, and brokerage work. What was the moment for you that made you say, okay, financial literacy needs to be taught and taught differently, if sort of said?
Well, I think the moment was for me was working within the banking industry and being vice president compliance officers over banking and loans and seeing that structure and seeing how the information that within various communities, more specifically the Black community, the information that we were missing out on when it came to FICA scores, the importance in having savings, purchasing homes, purchasing vehicles. We were missing out on that opportunity. So at that point, I decided to say, hey, I have the background. Let's pair this with a financial literacy program and start providing that information in the community. So I started to partner with schools, nonprofits, veterans organizations, churches, anyone and everyone that would let me come in to speak about financial literacy and the importance of financial literacy.
Wow, that's amazing. Let's talk about a little bit, speaking on financial literacy, the Ultimate Financial Literacy Program, LLC. What makes this program different from traditional financial education?
Well, what makes this program different is that we have a support system of the National Financial Educational Council, which has spent 15 years of deploying financial education, and our programs are actually certified under this umbrella. So you know that you're getting quality. The next thing is that we have a focal point specifically on communities where financial literacy may not be the hot topic. We want to ensure that regardless of your economic background or your financial knowledge, that we're able to provide you with the financial literacy tools that you need. And it's one-stop shopping. The programs we like to start early and often, so we have something for all ages, even starting at age 4 and on up. So you can start with those word associations. Yeah, you start with those word associations early, so you can start building that vocabulary with kids and the youth, so we can introduce to them some awesome behaviors regarding finance.
That's fantastic. One thing I looked at is how you put emphasis on standards, best practices, and outcomes. I was looking at that. That's very important. Why is the structure so critical in financial education for you, and why do people need to make sure we put emphasis on that?
Well, you want to ensure that you've done your research. You have a lot of financial literacy programs out
Mhm,
there, but best practices, standards, and all of that is important because you know that you're getting a quality structure. You
mhm.
know that someone somewhere behind the scenes, they've done the research. We have the stats, we have the data to show that these are effective tools that we're using within the communities to teach these financial literacy programs.
One thing I love is that you're reaching people, and you touched upon that earlier, at such a young age. I mean, as young as even 7. I think you alluded to it a little earlier, and more earlier than that as well. Uh, why should we definitely make sure we start so early? Get them early, get the children early, get them involved, get their attention, and expose them to this information.
Well, that's a great question. So let me just expand on that a little bit. So
Hmm.
earlier this year with the NFEC program, we launched a national campaign to
Mm.
treat financial instability as a public health crisis.
Ah.
Yes. Yes. Because within our research and using the white paper, which is available on the NFEC website,
Hmm.
we found that poverty, debt, and economic anxiety fuels physical and mental health problems nationwide.
Wow. Mm.
Yes, yes. So we find it important that based on the research, if we start early enough to start indoctrinating, or not necessarily that, but teaching our youth the importance of finance, because finance plays an important role in our life when we were born to the time that we're not. So
Hmm.
we're going to always need to know financial finances and how they are incorporated in our lives, from purchasing a home, from renting, going to college, or versus going to a trade school. Your
Hmm.
financial literacy is a very important part in having a successful life. It just is. Money makes the world go around.
You know it does.
Right.
This is true. Can't do
Yeah.
nothing without it, I tell you that.
Right.
Can you walk us through the ultimate financial literacy word search for kids? I found that very intriguing as well. What are the kids actually learning while they having fun? I think that's the important thing too, is you're making it fun. You know, you're pulling something out of the kids, and they're learning and being more engaged. Why is that actually experience for the children so fun?
I think that is an experience because when you're working with kids, we all know that if it's not fun, they're not going to stay around too long.
You got it.
To we all know that, but when we're taking a look at the ultimate financial natural literacy word search, is exactly what it says that it is, and
Hmm.
it starts to give them the knowledge and introduce them to terms like stock market, bonds, mutual funds,
Mm,
and it is our hope as they're word searching and looking there that they'll use all these latest technology, Google AI, to do more research to say, okay, what is that about? What
mhm,
did we and it's also an opportunity for parents and guardians, teachers to work alongside the kids.
mhm.
They may learn something new, or if they didn't have that type of background growing up, it may actually teach them something as well.
Fantastic. One of the things that you stated too, and that you believe in, you openly share that you're a black business owner, and you're working close to to closing literally the financial literacy gaps that's out here.
Right.
Why is this mission personal for you? Why do we need to drive that home and make sure that we put emphasis on that?
It is important to me because
Hmm.
I see so many people that, from celebrities to entrepreneurs, that they've made the money and then somehow we're reading in the headlines that they're broke.
I see.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Right, and so there is there's a key component
Oh
missing, and I've
yes.
heard some of the conversations, one in particular where they said, "Well, the reason why is that I never understood how to manage my money. Financial literacy was never a key component."
Hmm.
And I'm like, "Wow, that's exactly what we're saying, that in certain communities, that's just not a focal point." So
Yes.
maybe if they had the tools of the 50, 30, 20 budgeting rule, 50% spent on needs, 30% on wants, and 20% on savings and debt repayment, maybe that would have made a difference.
Oh, yes.
Yes, right, exactly.
Yeah.
So we want to ensure that communities and people where it's not a focal point, even with me, I use myself as an example. My parents did the best that they could. They taught
Mhm.
me savings and investments, but it was just banking. But it wasn't
Mhm.
until I was enrolled, my guidance counselor from high school saw that I had a knack for numbers. He
Mhm.
said, you would make good and working with an accounting or something in finance. So he started enrolling me. That's right. He saw the knowledge there and that the
Uh-huh.
potential, I should say, rather than potential. So he enrolled me into some finance courses where I met a group of teenagers, and we
Mm.
started our own financial investment club.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
innovation. Okay, that's good.
Innovation, and we came together, and we were all Black women,
Nice.
young Black teens,
Yeah.
women, and we went together to purchase, under Charles Schwab. And
Wow.
back then in those days, yes, and back then in those days, you had to save up $1,000. So I think we did every odd job in the world to
Uh-huh.
open up those brokerage accounts to get it in. And what makes it so cool is that I have one
Mhm.
account that I never touched.
Wow.
And we're talking about going on 2 decades, and when I take a look at that account and see just investing the bare minimum,
Mhm.
as to what it has grown to, a couple of $100,000 over
My
that time
goodness.
frame, yes. So that's the type of information that I want to provide in our community, that
Mm.
savings and investing is key,
Mhm.
and starting at an early age if we can, that makes all the difference.
What's funny is we've seen athletes and, high income earners, as you alluded to
Right.
earlier, lose everything. We see it so common, unfortunately, especially in the media, due to lack of financial education. Uh, what lessons should everyday people from that? Like just practical, everyday, just the basics of the basics. What lessons can we take away from that just to start, changing habits and changing ways to do things differently?
Well, some of the conversations that I saw having surrounding around that with some of the athletes was that they needed to flex on
Mm.
social media,
Oh, here we
spending all
go.
your money right, exactly, trying to impress everyone on social media. Well, you
Uh-huh.
can flex on a budget.
Yes.
There
Okay.
there are there are ways that you can flex. You could have rented that jewelry. Did you need to buy it?
Ah.
Yeah, it could have been costume jewelry, and you could
Mhm.
use AI to spark it up. There are various ways that you do you need to flex? And then
I
other
see.
conversations where I needed to buy this for other individuals. I needed to buy. I think the
Mm.
biggest thing is what I stated earlier, the
Mhm.
50-30-20 rule.
There we go. We dropped the gym already. We
Yes,
we playing it back. 50, 30,
right.
20. Yep.
Yeah. So if you have that you wanna always pay yourself, you wanna invest, and you
Okay.
wanna to understand needs versus wants.
Mhm.
So if we could drill that home to
Okay.
everyday, and to yes, you pay yourself first, you save, but you need to differentiate. Do you need that? Is that something essential, or is that something you want that you could save for and save up for later?
Nice. Right now, you're offering 20% off of your books. We're gonna plug that now for
Thank
the
you,
month
thank you.
of we gotta talk about these books. We gotta talk about the
Yeah.
product. 20% off for your books for the month of December, which we can come into a near conclusion. Tell us what listeners should start with. We have some key highlights. We have the kids word search. We also have the adult word search, and then we have the kids workbook. What are the listeners getting involved into, and kind of give them some guidance on what they can expect when they open these pieces of literature?
Well, I think that they can expect a wide range of fun activities. I would say
Hmm.
start with the Ultimate Financial Literacy Word Search for Kids, because
Hmm.
it has various activities that parents, guardians, teachers alike can pull from. One of my favorite parts of that is the career path, where it takes them through a maze and have them differentiate between different career paths. Especially given AI, I think that's
Mm.
important to start training kids young as to what their career path should be.
Hmm.
And then the Ultimate financial literacy word search for kids, just to start with younger kids, to start introducing that word terminology and vocabulary,
Hmm.
and then the ultimate financial literacy workbook for kids and adults, so practically teens and adults, to start building their vocabulary as well. So.
Fantastic. You already working on a workbook for adults and teens coming in 2026. So we're talking about some future projects now too. What gaps will that resource fill? Like what can we expect from these 2026 projects as far as resources and the information that is to come?
I think one of the most important things with the new booklet, it's going to reinforce the financial literacy, but
Mm.
also it's going to talk about financial relationship compatibility.
Ah.
Yes.
Mm.
So dating is not just, oh, it's more to it than just love. It's more to it than other items on your checklist. Your
Hmm.
compatibility checklist should also include finances.
Got you. Wow, that's good.
Yes.
That's good. That's good too.
Yes.
Oh yes, especially going into 2026, listeners, listen up.
Yes.
What ex-
Absolutely.
Oh yes. What excites you the most about your next phase of your work? We have a lot of projects in the past. You, of course, you into different organizations. We're approaching a new year, a new quarter. Things are coming up. Things are definitely moving for you. Uh, what excites you the most about the next phase of your work? Is there some projects and things to come that you can briefly touch upon, or just kind of mention to the listeners?
Sure. We're coming out with a series of books for ages 4 to 8,
Hmm.
to start working with kids younger, even younger than 7, and also going on to the technology side and developing
Mm.
more app-friendly things and not just having the workbooks. So you
Oh
can hop
wow.
online and utilize our projects that way. So that's what we're excited for, is adding more of the tech side to what we're doing.
Interactive going into the 2026. Now that's good. More accessibility as well too, right?
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
people learn differently. You know, we're in a technology era, you know, so that's going to be exciting to literally reformat what's already been proven success to a different, literally, type of platform, a different type of consumption, if that sort of say.
Right.
If someone listening today feels overwhelmed about money, you know, we in a very tense time, the economy is high. People are kind of floating right now, trying to figure out their way. If someone's listening to today's podcast and they feel overwhelmed about money, what's the first step that they should take, literally, just to kind of just take a step back to move forward in terms of how to gather themselves? Don't panic. What can they do to get control of things?
Right. I think that they should not panic, as you stated, and just
Hmm.
take a breath. And one of
Mm,
the first things I would advise is to start creating a budget and tracking your spending
I see.
habits.
Mm,
And our new book coming out is going to have plenty of sections for you to do that. It's going to be very interactive with your partners or
hmm.
teams, that you can work to start tracking your monies, seeing if you're saving enough, and then having a very deeper dive into wants versus needs. I think
Thanks.
the budgeting, especially for me and others
Hmm.
alike, that's the first thing that you want to do, because we're not in the era where we could just spend and money's being pumped into the economy. So
Oh
we really
yes.
have to be cautious about our spending habits.
Oh yes. That's the primary thing, especially right now.
Right,
Oh, yes.
exactly.
Where can people connect with you at and learn more and support your work? Do you do collaborations, partnerships? Can people invest into and support your projects and things of that nature? How can they look you up and connect with you?
Absolutely. I'm on Instagram, TikTok. I definitely have a website. There's numerous ways. Shangra-La Jones is unique. You can find me on Facebook. But yes, I would love to do collaborations with organizations, churches, anyone that's interested in bringing financial literacy program to their communities.
Well, there you go. Shangra-La Jones is here. Thank you for your work that you're doing and for joining us on Stardom 101 Magazine podcast. And just literally the information that you're putting out to the public and even making it accessible for the younger generation is critical, high level critical right now. So thank you for just helping and caring enough literally to do things and create opportunity to to really touch on subject and an area where we as a Black culture kind of lack those resources and information.
Right.
It's refreshing, literally. And thank you once again for just your efforts and all of the work that you're doing and everything that will continue to come towards you. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. It's greatly
Absolutely.
appreciated.
And listeners, don't worry. I have all of her social media platforms in the show notes of this episode. So don't worry. You can follow her on all her platforms. Make sure you support the books. Make sure you just don't listen to the podcast, but be an active audience as you always are. Share some comments with her. Reach out to her. Network, connect as we always do here at Stardom. Once again, Chris Boykin, and we thank you guys for joining us in for this episode. And stay tuned for another episode just like this next week. Thank you and have a good night.
Are you on the rise to stardom? Well, get featured in the next issue of Stardom 101 magazine and promote your business or products today. Text MAG to 804-550-8647 or visit stardom101mag.net.
You're listening to the Stardom 101 magazine podcast with Christopher Boykin. Be sure to subscribe and download this episode, and continue to listen to Stardom on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.